Welcome back to the GSL, guys. We just saw a totally awesome series with TLO.
Yeah,
that was
so
great.
Sick.
That was so awesome.
I'm very sad that Lucira is out.
Yeah,
I know
that
guy is going to make it deep into the next GSL, but TLO goes on, and that's actually what's important.
Yeah, that means we have two non-Koreans advancing to the round of 32. Very exciting. And we have another exciting matchup coming up here in just a minute. We have Czech Prime against New Wera. Wera and Prime, two very important teams out here in Korea.
Huge amount of players in the tournament from both teams. Czech, one of the very best Prime players. Awesome Zerg player. I can't wait to see it. He's very creative, very intelligent.
And he's from War 3, so his micro is superb.
Mm-hmm.
New Wera has been training really hard for this. Czech Prime has quite a reputation in Korea.
Yeah, he does.
I think his reputation isn't as big outside Korea, but here in Korea, he's quite a big deal.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Koreans feel like this is one of the favorites to win the whole thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best Zergs. Yeah. I would put him, definitely top 5 Zerg. There he is. What a fancy guy.
Look at that face. That's the face of the killer.
Yeah.
There we are. Czech Prime. Arms folded. He's ready to do this.
He is nothing but business. Look at that.
Look at that guy. Wow. Czech. Again, we competed against him in China.
Very good
Stars
player,
War tournament. Very, very talented.
Since the beginning of the beta, he's been one of the best, a.k.a. Painkiller sometimes on the ladders.
Yeah.
So if you
not to be confused with Pain User.
Yeah.
Who's
not
also
to be confused with the American Terran.
Yes. But Painkiller on the ladder. He's a deadly Zerg. He's one of these guys that's really pushing all the big strategies forward. A lot of people are watching him.
He's very creative, too, by the way. He has a lot of build orders under his belt. In fact, Idra mentions that he is the hardest Zerg for him to play against.
Really?
He does so many different things. He's just a very, very creative Zerg. Can play any style. He's really been training so hard. I've talked to him several times, and he's training so hard. He really wants to make it as Starcraft 2 top programmer.
Well, a lot's on the line here. He gets far enough. He's going to be balling out of control with the amount of money you can win here. Here's New Wera.
There he is. Compared to Czech, he is quite new.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, Wera, one of the, I would say, about 4 teams that we have a lot of players down here from. So all the Wera guys, and this is really the beginning of something big. I mean, eventually we're going to have big, badass StarCraft 2 teams. That we're going to have major sponsorship. By the way, all these teams, guys, are a lot of them are looking for sponsors. So if you find a team you like or something like that, and you're a billionaire, yeah.
Sponsor him.
Sponsor him.
You have your face on every T-shirt. And
That's
we'll
right.
talk about you all the time.
That's right. By the way, we wouldn't be here without our the sponsors for this tournament, Intel.
Sambo and Intel.
Yeah. So thank you to them,
and of course thank you to GOM and Blizzard.
And Blizzard,
obviously
making a great game.
We wouldn't be here either, or we'd be here doing like Counter-Strike or something like that.
That's right.
And that would not be nearly as fun.
That would not be nearly as fun because we are not very good at that game. Also, thank you, people at home, for tuning in. We are required to say in every broadcast, please do not restream the games because it is illegal. Please try to tune in to the GOMTV player directly because that way we see the numbers. We can show those numbers to the sponsors. The sponsors can say, oh, my God, there's so many people watching.
More sponsors,
we need
bigger
to get more
tournaments,
funny, bigger prize pool.
Of StarCraft 2. Everyone is happy.
Yeah, and we are every day, not Artosis and me, but we have people at GOMTV. It's a big company working to get the service better and better. So keep giving GOMTV feedback. Sign up for the site. If you're saying, hey, I live in, Hawaii, and I have bad service, but my friends, on the mainland in the U.S. are getting great service. Is something I can do. Please give them feedback.
GOMTV.net.
Yes.
Go to the forums. They are checked constantly. And also, of course, if you have any questions for players, go ahead and leave those. And I interview people at the end of every match. So I might ask your question, give you a little shout-out, make you E-famous for 15 seconds.
That's right. Could be your moment of fame here. Here is our map lineup. Lost Temples, Onaga Caverns, Desert Oasis. Now, take a look at the maps they eliminated.
This is really, really weird. Of course, from Czech Prime, Steps of War, Coolest Ravine, perfectly good. From New Wera, Blistering Sands, okay. I can accept that. Zerg can play fine on that map. Coolest Ravine. That shows me that New Era may, in fact, be a New Era. Because Kulos Ravine is the nightmare for Zerg.
Yeah, I don't know why he eliminated that.
I wake
that doesn't
up
make any sense.
with a cold sweat, imagining Colossus on the cliffs of that map and me running around like a Zergling trying not to die. It is a bad map for Zerg. No question about it. I'm sure it'll be the first map actually removed from Blizzard since Incineration Zone.
Normally the nightmares I have are me playing Nada in the OSL finals, and I realize I'm in my underwear, and oh my god, I'm so embarrassed.
Good thing you're in a booth.
How could I have forgotten to put clothes on before this match? And then he's got a battle cruiser in my base, and I only just split my probes, and I don't want to talk about it.
That would be bad, man. Probes would barely beat that battle cruiser.
I once did have a dream like that, actually, that I was in a game, playing a Starcraft game, and some guy got a battle cruiser before my first depot, except I was Terran for some reason. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Then I woke up and I'm like, oh god, it's just a dream. Oh, thank God you can't get a battle cruiser that fast.
Yeah.
Both players have confirmed that they're ready. So all the settings, everything's cool. So we're going to get this started in just a minute here. I think Czech is the favorite, but we have had some upsets up here. The countdown has started. Let's do this. Oh, that loaded really fast. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, we have Czech Prime here on the right-hand side of Lost Time.
Czech Prime!
Ooh, Czech Prime. Top. We're going to have New Era.
Or as Gom says it,
New winner!
Exactly, New Era.
So, the guy who does that voice sounds exactly like the Street Fighter 4 commentator. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh my, very good game.
What does that guy say at the start of it? Which of these fighters will break the old axiom today? Or what does he say? Something like that? Yeah. Okay, hold our thought. Low ground pylon.
Could mean a lot of things.
Gateways. It could be gateways. It could be a forge.
Yep. It could be a gateway and a forge. There's all sorts of things you can do.
Could even be a forge and a gateway. That's not.
Yeah, we might in fact just see the forge. We might see a Nexus next.
Now take a look here. Czech Prime actually sending his Overlord this way. Normally we see it go up this direction.
I would almost call it the wrong direction, but it looks like he has it planned out that he wants these two areas scouted at the same time because everything else gets very late scouted if you do send it the other way. Kind of interesting. Goes against the norm.
It does mean he probably wants to be found a little bit later. This is a technique that we see in StarCraft 1, but it's just a little bit less common. I'd probably say it's the unorthodox scouting pattern.
Oh, Forge. Okay. What we're probably going to see is the double pylon at the bottom of the ramp and throwing up a cannon. Extremely
so good.
hard
I know
to
the
deal
strategy.
with. In fact,
it's so good. But actually, is he going to? All right, let's see. Does he do it? Does he do it?
Okay, he might actually.
He might not know about that strategy.
Then. No, I think he definitely knows. I mean, how couldn't he know? It tastes so good.
I know it's so good, but
even me know about it.
Yeah, but he's not doing it. I mean, it's just, I can't believe it. It's weird.
I guess he's just going to go for a Nexus then. Okay.
All right. There is the rush you're talking about is really good because building the placement for buildings can be so tight.
Yeah.
You can actually stuff two pylons or get a cannon and actually rush somebody.
In fact, a lot of Zerg players feel that once they patch Zealots, that's going to be standard play. And that's probably going to require a patch.
I'm surprised we hadn't seen it already, actually, at the tournament. But
yeah, it's such a strong build. Tester is someone who does it quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some high-level games that happen again.
Now, note, because the spawning pool is still not complete, he's going to get the gateway before even getting the cannons. I mean, ideally, if you were Protoss, you wouldn't even get the cannons. You just tech what you want to get. But you need to have the bare minimum to defend.
That's right. You need something there. It just gets too dangerous. But Czech, he has his hatchery up so fast, he's going to be able to get a really great economy this game.
As you can see here, the Nexus almost done. The probe is now out.
And
for Zerg,
I do like the double gas that we're seeing from Protoss here.
Here it is. 2 gases. Charging probes out. Now, if you watched any of our previous shows here, like the GOMTV Classic, you guys would have noticed that a ton of Protoss players fast expanded in StarCraft 1. That ultimately boiled down to being the best economical build for Protoss against Zerg. Now, we don't see that as much in this case, so this is kind of interesting. It doesn't mean it's bad, it's just not as common.
Yeah. It's been becoming more common throughout the beta, less Warp Gate rushing, more expanding, as Zergs get better at defending the Warp Gate rushes, but still not the most common build order by any means.
As you can see here, cybernetic score on the way. Then we're going to see the tech pattern, and there's a lot of different things he could do. He could go for Stargates. He could go for Robo. He could just mass up gateways. He could get fast Dark Templars. Let's see. He's going to tell us in a minute.
Definitely going to get Warp Gates, though. So standard. That is like the first thing you get as soon as the core finishes in almost every single game as Protoss.
And he's already getting that.
Of course, yes.
Warp Gate is so good. So far, Zerg playing pretty standard, getting a layer here, continuing to larva in check. And we don't have a creep tumor that's been thrown down yet.
No,
That's kind of weird, actually. Okay, so he's now going to do it just now. Normally we see the creep tumor a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Creep tumor is so useful, but he's been skimping so much on defense. He's just wanted so many larvae to pump out these drones and try to, get his economy ahead of his opponents. And I like that play overall.
Well, I mean, Czech is a smart guy. He knows that basically, if his opponent's fast expanding, he has this window of time where he can actually crank out so many different, he can crank up his economy. Oh, and we have a Spire down here.
Yes, the Spire. Right, I love Spire play against Protoss, and a lot of people were asking after my matches the other day, do you think that you can actually just go Muta and get upgrades? Yeah, absolutely. If they don't open Phoenix, Muta is so good. You get that plus attack upgrades, and you can keep Protoss in their base for so long and really punish anyone who does not spread their units just right.
And of course, you can do stuff like snipe High Templars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just so much stuff you can do with the Mutalisk.
The Mutalisk
It's almost as good as the Mutalisk in StarCraft 1.
Yeah, no, not quite. But, it's definitely the best Zerg has, as far as I'm concerned, the best unit along with the Bane.
You know what's an interesting thought is, when Protoss fast expands on this map, ideally the Zerg wants to go to third base up, right?
Yeah.
And ideally that third base would be here at the gold expansion, but as you can see at the gold expansion, there's a rock. You'd have to make attacking units to get rid of that rock, so you can't go there. So this is one advantage Protoss has about fast expanding against Zerg.
And we see the expansion at 6, though. I kind of like it because it's so far away, and with Mutas, you're really abusing the Protoss mobility. If he's going to walk all the way down there to kill that, you can counterattack with those Mutalisks, and what is he going to do? Yeah,
exactly. And you can see with the production tab here, he is getting hallucination here. So we could see some hallucination shenanigans. I have seen, with the hallucinated Colossus, how much that can mess up the Zerg. It's insane.
Yeah, we've seen that already, where the Zerg just goes and targets and gets scared. And, Zerg, it gets quite tricky. Zerg detection is a little bit harder to come by than in StarCraft 1. So you don't always know if it's a hallucination or not.
Here, as you can see, the hatchery's done. Protoss is moving out. Now, there are enough spine crawlers over here. Yeah. Mutalisks already over here at the expansion, taking out probes. There's really no cannons here. There's too many spine crawlers here to allow the Protoss to attack. The probes are running all the way out of the base.
And I can't believe that Czech is actually attacking into that.
Yeah.
Horrible move to attack into that, but his harass has done a ridiculous amount of damage, so it doesn't even matter.
Don't even matter. He's taking out probes now, more probes. This is a pretty big blow to the Protoss' economy. This is kind of a disaster right now.
Yeah.
He has enough spine crawlers, by the way, that he can creep out.
If we look at the unit counter, now Czech has more drones than he has probes, and that's pretty awesome. Czech has to be feeling very, very confident right now. Really nothing going on for the Protoss player in comparison. Still not mining from the main base. Sending his probes back, but he might get some sniped here. Nice movement by Czech.
As you can see, he's continuing to just get these probes. He's doing so much damage. And this is basically what your game was supposed to look like, except your opponent randomly got Stargates.
Yeah.
But as you can see, he could just keep the Protoss at home. Meanwhile, he's cranking drones out over here. He's going to get a queen very soon, presumably. The Protoss has to get cannons. You can't leave your base if you don't have cannons.
Yeah. I mean, you can warp in Stalkers and stuff, but that Mutaflock gets bigger and bigger, as we're seeing here. He's also getting upgrades, of course, for it, because that's what you do when you go Mutas. And, you know, it gets so large that warp in use just doesn't do it alone.
And he's going to lose his Overlord. Should have stayed at home. Pollute that water down there. Here's the Mutaflock gaggle of mutas just staying right here. You know what's weird, actually, Artosis, is that Protoss still hasn't made cannons. I mean, what is he doing? If he wants to move out and have any position on the map, he needs to do that. Instead, he's just continuing to crank out units. Meanwhile, Czech is actually transferring drones.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird here. You know, but Czech he's taken a little bit longer than normal to get enough drones at that 3rd expansion to really make it this amazing, huge economy. And look at this. He's going to attack this pylon.
Oh, he backs out.
Oh,
that was
wow.
probably smart, actually. I mean, the Stalkers could have done a ton of damage there.
Definitely. You know, you don't want to trade 3 mutas for that pylon, even though killing that pylon is great.
Take a look-see here. He has another expansion. He's expanding everywhere.
I kind of like that as a 4th. It's an interesting 4th, but, you know, the thing is, right now, his spread is kind of hard to defend DTs against.
Oh my god, he's got so many spine crawlers.
Yeah. Strategically, it's all great play, but no detection. Mistake I made yesterday in Metalopolis.
Uh-oh. We have a Nidus network right here.
Ooh, I like it. He's probably going to go ahead and take islands with this.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's such a good move, really. I mean, you have the islands and mutas. It's like, LOL, get out. But his opponent, you know, he needs High Templars, I think. I think that's going to be, between Blink and High Templars, his only real chance at busting Czech at any point.
He has a Forge. And as you can see here, he is upgrading armor right now. And he's going to move out now and try to do this. Oh, we have the sound of a Nidus worm. There it is.
The island, there you go.
I heard the sound of it. I'm like, where is it? Over here, he's going to expand to the island. And this is interesting. He's just sticking with air.
Great play by Czech.
And it just, you know, he's saying, all right, well, I'm just going to make sure you can never leave your base.
Yep. It's so completely great play by Czech. Really, right now, our Protoss player has very, very few options. You notice he's going to take his 3rd base. He realizes, oh, I can't really kill this guy. But Czech is going to go up to 4 bases in a moment here. And
he's going to move in here and attack. This is 30 Mutalisks, by the way.
That's a lot of Mutalisks.
He's trying to blink a Stalkers over there in time. The force fields, they were great, but it looks like he did do a ton of damage. He's going to be able to get out of here. Nice usage of blink.
Does kill a few mutas, but
mutas were down to 25 now, 30 before, so he only killed 5 mutas, and we already have some more Mutalisks back over here.
You know, I don't want to dote on him too much, but Czech right now, strategically his play is just so beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
There's no holes except for Dark Templars could just ravage him at this moment.
I know.
But, you know, lots of Protoss is not really using Dark Templars to their full ability
actually, you
yet.
know what? In general, DTs do not seem to be used. Like, they don't seem to be this were in StarCraft 1, which is surprising. Hold that thought. He's going to lose more probes. I don't know why the Protoss is not getting cannons. I mean, even eventually, you're going to have to move out of your base if you want to kill your opponent at all. And when you move out of your base, your Stalkers aren't going to be there ever. Czech's entire strategy is just to use Mutalisks to continue to fly around the map. He's also occupying island expansions, which can easily be defended with the Mutalisks.
Yeah, it's going to be almost impossible to take those out. Realistically, the only chance I see for Protoss here is going High Templars, getting his upgrades, and just doing this one Mega Ball push where you storm the mutas so hard that you can win. And that's the only way I see it happening.
And speaking of Mega Ball,
nice beautiful blink. You've got to weaken that Muta herd as much as possible.
Looking at this Mega Ball, I can't help but think of Czech as a Mega Baller. This is just
oh, he definitely is.
I heard somebody say Gigaballer a while ago. I like
Gigaballer?
that. Gigaballer.
Wow.
That's up there. He might be a Gigaballer.
Trigger baller.
Note this, he's actually just getting gas. I mean, it's very gas intensive, his strategy here. And it's just to keep getting Mutalisks. And you can see he already has +2 attack over here. And he's going to have +3 pretty soon here. Protoss is upgrading, but I don't feel like Protoss really has a plan when I watch this.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't. I mean, I can't believe he hasn't started High Templar production yet. Or, you know, it's the only thing I can even think that would come back from this situation possibly. Well, he does have a few High Templars, I believe.
Does he? Let's go to the unit counting station. He does have 2 High Templars.
Yep. So I guess he is starting to get the units he does need, but he's going to have a lot of storms.
See, look, again, it's making my brain hurt. I feel like my brain's about to melt. Like, just no cannons, man. Like, eventually you have to attack, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You could have put some pressure in these expansions a while ago.
Oh, he's got to be careful here. Warping away. Nice blink there.
He's chasing down.
That is so many mutas.
It's
But
just too
good
many.
Psy Storms here.
Oh, could he get up against Psy Storm?
Could make a huge difference if he does, but no Psy Storms yet.
And
Check
he goes
running
in and flies
away.
up.
That is a lot of Stalkers, man.
Yeah, that is
a lot of
so many Stalkers.
And if we look at the resource tab real quick, we see the supply right now of our Protoss up at 176. If he just fills up the rest of the High Templar Stalker Sentry, who knows? And look at this, the Mutas engaging the Stalkers, trying to kill as many as possible, blinking back, nice blinks, but really engaging with half its army against this Mutalisk block is not the right idea.
Well, this is the problem, is that these Stalkers can't be everywhere at once, and Mutalisks, even though Stalkers have blink, the Mutalisks are just so much more mobile. What is he going to bank through here? And he's going to go over the Templar Archives. Can he get it before Storm finishes?
Oh! That is so
so
huge.
sick. Oh my God.
New Wera
Oh my God.
needs
That's what he needed to do anything.
Yeah. That is inexcusable that he didn't have it yet. He had it for quite a while, that Templar Archives.
Well, he hasn't had anything yet.
Didn't chrono boost it through. He needed Psystorm, and now from here, I don't know, man. Czech is just looking so good. He's got so much gas coming in. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Czech is going to be unstoppable here.
Well, I mean, you can see that actually he's just going to go ahead and engage these Stalkers. He's like, you know what? Yeah. At this point in time, Czech has so much income. He could just keep making Mutalisks.
Yeah.
And even though...
If we go to click on one Muta, we can see they have 2-1 upgrades.
Yeah.
And this is actually the kill timing for pure Muta against Protoss.
Yeah.
You know, this is generally in my games as well. Once you have 2-1, you just have this amount of Mutas that are just so unbeatable. And as we see, Czech just crushing this nerd's face, breaking his soul.
And here we go, more Lings moving out now. This is the problem for Protoss. Protoss just cannot get out of his base. Now he can't actually stop these Mutalisks.
Yeah, even at this point, Cannon's going to be completely useless. There's just so many Mutas. What you need is Psystorm back with the Stalker Sentry. It's the only chance.
Yeah, you need that Guardian Shield. But of course, I mean, with this many Mutalisks, you just right-click on that on that Sentry and kill him.
That's right.
Observer.
Now, yeah, Czech.
Not going to be coming home anytime soon. This Observer's able. Oh, even he dies. Okay. That's sad. Sorry, go ahead, Artosis.
You know, Czech is just in such complete control of this game. He can do pretty much anything he wants.
And, oh my God.
Even getting ultras at this point.
He's going to do it.
You know, just.
Okay.
I mean, whatever.
Whatever. He's got so much money. He's got so many resources, and he's got to be careful.
Still no Psystorm.
Yeah, oh, that's right. He doesn't have Psystorm yet.
Very, very sad that he does not have Psystorm. I mean, that is his only chance on coming back here. You have to deal so much splash damage to these super mutas. Psystorm not being chrono boosted through still, or he would have it by now.
Oh my God. Well, this is disappointing play from our Protoss player, New Era. Czech is clearly superior. I think our Protoss players are going to have a hard time. Almost every expansion on the map is taken up. I mean, the only one that's left is this one. Protoss needs to secure this location over here, but now the Ultralisks are out, as you guys can see here. He's got 3 of them.
Ultras are so huge, and they are so good against Stalkers.
I know, and the ground upgrades on them are pretty good too.
Yeah,
it's 2-2 right now.
Been upgrading his ground melee units non-stop, and these Stalkers are actually going to be minced meat in a moment.
Surprise!
Very true.
Yeah.
Oh, nice storms right there.
He is doing a good job. He got a nice storm up on all those Mutalisks.
Yeah, the Mutas have taken huge damage here.
Terrible damage.
Thank you, Dustin.
And actually, whoa, nice micro with the blink and everything.
You know, that we've been talking about Psystorm all game, and that's really what you need against the mass Mutalisk strategy.
You know what? That was a pretty big blunder there by Czech. He really didn't control his army right, and now this expansion looks like it is going to get up unless he can attack again.
More Ultras popping out, though.
Yeah.
And really, he's going to need to pop some Zealots into play, because Zealots own Ultras, but Ultras own everything else.
Yeah, that is very true. All right, he's chasing these Stalkers back. You can blink,
so
but I
much
mean,
damage.
the sheer amount of damage Ultralisk can do is just unbelievable.
High Templar is not that useful against Ultras. Really, what you need is Zealots.
Yeah, yeah.
But I see no Zealots.
He's actually just going to target fire the Nexus here. And there it is, GG. Check is a Gigaballer.
He just crushed his opponent there. You know, a lot of misplays by his opponent, though. He
Yeah.
is new Wera, though, so obviously not as experienced.
He's not experienced Wera.
No, he's not. He's not old
nuking.
Wera.
Yeah, he's not old wise Wera. You know, there were just a lot of strategical gaps in his thinking, I think, in that game. It just seems like, you know, if the Zerg is taking the whole map, you have to go out and do something. You at least have to scare the Zerg into making units, faking pressure, or you do something.
Do that,
you
maybe
just sat
expand
there.
a couple times and do
Yeah.
super defense,
But
or
you
get
never
the
got
death
cannons,
ball,
man.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly. Get a death ball, get the Colossus.
A lot of
all
High
that
Templars
stuff.
with Psystorm.
Yeah.
But he didn't do any of that. He just kind of sat there making stalkers. Just stalkers, 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 stalkers. It's like the Badger song, man. It's like, we didn't even see any mushrooms. I don't know, man.
I think that, honestly, if he just made cannons, and that would have, at least the game would have gone on. He could have moved out to a location attacked. He could have gone for Dark Templars, because Czech didn't seem to have detection anywhere.
Yeah.
He could have. I mean, that's one thing he could do.
It's risky doing that, because if he does have detection, suddenly you spend all these resources.
I know,
And
you're
Zerg's
like,
like, LOL,
yeah,
easy.
LOL.
But he didn't
didn't do
even
it.
try to do anything tricky or intelligent, or I don't know. I mean,
Well, he just made Stalkers. He didn't attack, and then eventually it's like, guess what? Zerg has so much money.
yeah.
Yeah, Zerg has like more money than Donald Trump right now,
Yeah.
and he's spending it.
Not on
He's
buildings,
just
but on
splurging on Ultralisks
right.
and Lings.
New Wera, you've been fired.
Yeah.
Donald Trump Zerg has spoken, man.
Donald Trump, you're fired.
Yeah.
We're going to go to game number 2 here in just a minute. We hope you're enjoying this. We hope you guys didn't leave just because TLO is not playing. I am Tasteless.
I'm Artosis.
And he is Artosis.
Hi.
He's right here. We're having a lot of fun casting these games. I am observing. I've been working on improving on the observing stuff. So, I hope you feel like there's been some improvement. Because if I don't improve, we're going to have to just go back to the Korean Observer. But it is kind of tricky moving the mouse around and talking and commentating and all that stuff and going through the tabs. So both of our players have now confirmed that they're ready. So we're going to get this going in just a minute. I think we're going to have to see a serious improvement in play from the Protoss.
Yeah.
If he's going to get through this.
He's
right now,
going to
'cause
have to come up with something.
Yeah.
Because what he's got now, it ain't nothing to check.
It ain't nothing.
No.
Czech just dominated so hard. One of the most one-sided games I've seen.
Yeah.
That's an interesting play. All right, the countdown started. Let's do this. Game number 2.